There's one body language signal that reveals a lie with 87% accuracy, and most people go their entire lives without noticing it. Not their parents, not their boss, not their friends, but once you learn to spot it, you'll see it everywhere. Meetings, dates, negotiations, even in the mirror. Before we get there, think about this. Have you ever met someone and clicked instantly? Like the conversation just flowed effortlessly? And then someone else walks up, says nearly the same words, same tone, same energy, but something inside you whispers, something's off here. That isn't magic. It isn't intuition. It isn't luck. It's body language, working behind the scenes. And today, you're going to learn how to read people like a human lie detector. Let's start with a number that should concern you. 7 seconds. That's how long it takes for a stranger to form a first impression. And the scary part? They hold on to that impression even when new information contradicts it. Think about your last job interview. Before you say a word, before you talk about your experience, your work ethic, your achievements, they've already made up their mind. Your handshake alone sends a message. Too weak, and you signal insecurity. Too strong, and you signal overcompensation. Your posture sends a message too. Crossed arms? Most people say it means defensiveness, but that isn't always true. Sometimes crossed arms just mean you're cold, or comfortable, or thinking. Here's something most so-called body language experts won't tell you. There is no single cue that means the same thing in every situation. Context matters. Culture matters. Patterns matter. And that brings us to one of the most powerful forces in communication, mirroring. If you watch any two people who are genuinely enjoying a conversation, you'll notice something subtle. They lean in the same direction. They gesture in similar rhythms. They smile at the same moments. It looks like a dance, one the brain performs automatically. This is mirroring, and it's one of the strongest unconscious signals of connection. And yes, you can trigger this. Not by copying someone's movements, that's obvious and uncomfortable, but by matching their energy, their pace, their tone. Lean slightly when they lean. Smile when they smile. Match their vibe, not their exact actions, and space out these adjustments so they feel natural. When I tested this at a networking event, I mirrored 5 people intentionally. 4 of them ended up asking for my contact information. 1 didn't, and that one encounter showed the lying signal we'll get to soon. But before we expose it, you need to understand something invisible that shapes every interaction, the personal space bubble. You felt it. When someone steps a little too close and your brain silently screams, "Back up," that's your intimate zone, around 18 inches from your body. Only trusted people belong there. Confident individuals understand space instinctively. They stand wider. They hold open posture. They claim the environment. Uncomfortable individuals shrink. They cross their legs. They hunch. They lift objects, phones, drinks, bags as shields. But here's the twist. Proximity is cultural. If you're in Brazil, standing 8 inches from someone can be completely normal. In other places, it's intrusive. Culture rewrites the rules. Miss that and you can ruin a conversation, a negotiation, or an international deal without noticing why. Now we get to something far more universal, something no culture, no training, no self-control can hide. A tiny flash of truth that lasts just 0.04 seconds. Micro-expressions. If I showed you a clip right now and you blinked, you'd miss it, but your subconscious wouldn't. It would register it as a gut feeling, this feels off, even if you couldn't explain why. Paul Ekman, the pioneer of micro-expression research, identified 7 universal expressions: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, surprise, and contempt. These expressions are involuntary. You can fake a smile. You can fake a calm face, but you cannot fake these micro-flashes. 7 universal emotions, expressed the same way around the world, and they leak through every lie. Which brings us to the lie detector, the cue that predicts dishonesty with 87% accuracy: contempt. It shows up as a tiny unilateral lip raise, a half sneer that lasts a fraction of a second. When someone says, "I respect you," or "I'm being honest," but one side of their mouth curls upward for an instant. Their words might be polite, but the truth is not. Contempt is so powerful, it predicts relationship failure with astonishing accuracy. And I wish I had known that earlier in my life. I once had a business partner who eventually betrayed me. When I look back at old videos of our meetings, that one-sided lip curl was there, many times. I just didn't know what it meant back then. But even now, it's important to avoid the biggest mistake beginners make, assuming one signal is enough to judge someone. Body language is not a math equation. It's a weather pattern. One cloud doesn't predict rain. One gesture doesn't predict truth. You need clusters. Crossed arms, plus locked ankles, plus leaning away, plus short clipped responses, plus a micro flash of disgust. That's a pattern. That's real data. That's when body language becomes accurate. And even in our digital world, body language never disappeared. It just evolved. Watch the camera angle on video calls. Watch how far someone sits from the screen. Watch their eye movements. Looking down and left often means they're reading from notes. Not necessarily lying, but not fully improvising either. Watch for clusters online too. Before you try any of this, I need to give a warning. Body language is powerful. Too powerful. Once you learn to read people like this, it's tempting, very tempting, to use it for manipulation or control. Don't. The goal isn't to expose people. The goal is to understand them. Skilled communicators use body language to create safety, not fear. To build trust, not break it. To see people, not dissect them. So here's your challenge for this week. Pick one skill. Just one. Try mirroring during your next conversation. Watch for micro expressions during your next heated moment. Pay attention to personal space at your next event. Or start noticing clusters when you're reading people online. And if you caught the contempt signal earlier, tell me, I caught it. If not, rewatch that part and train your eyes. If this changed your perspective even a little, hit like and subscribe because next week I'm revealing the 3 power poses scientifically proven to boost confidence by up to 40%. Your next conversation will never be the same. Now, go read some minds.